Hello everyone. Now speaking of display settings, I will stick with these ones for the rest of the video. However, I will speak about DLSS and FSR a little bit later. Also, for graphical options, I will stick with absolutely maxed out settings, which you can see here. For today I had planned to do a video on Battlefield 1. But since I only yesterday completed new God of War, well, God of War 2018, so I decided to do a video for this one instead. But don't worry, I will do a video on Battlefield 1 soon. Now for the video I will show few areas of the game, but I will try to avoid spoilers as much as I can, so just keep in mind that. And the first area is going to be home. I think many YouTube videos starts in this area, so I decided to include it. Now, as I will be running for a while in this area, I want to explain a little bit with the performance overall. So the CPU usage usually goes for around 4 to 8 CPU threads, but sometimes it can spike up to 10 or 12. That the game actually can utilize around 16 CPU threads, but I couldn't push it further. Actually, it's been a while since I played brand new game, and I actually forgot how polished they get throughout the years. Now, speaking about stability in this game, it's not really good, I would say. I finished this game in around 26 hours or so, but I had 7 crashes throughout that playthrough, so it's not ideal. It's not terrible, but it could be better. 7 crashes in around 25 or 26 hours is not really good. But it didn't really bother me that much. And I'm pretty sure developers will fix that. Also, another issue that I had in this game is the textures. Sometimes game doesn't load them properly, and when I play, I sometimes see very low quality textures and they never load in. Not sure what's up with that, but I have available VRAM for days and regular RAM, so not sure what's up with that. Okay, now speaking about DLSS and FSR, I have tested a little bit, and I will not show visual differences because it's very difficult to show them on YouTube due to processing and just re-rendering with my program, and there are so many additional passes for the video that the quality is just simply not good enough to compare them. But I will tell about it. So the performance numbers I tested in near Freya's house, and in native resolution with TAA I had 69 FPS. Performance DLSS I had 98. In balance DLSS I had 92 FPS. In quality I had 82. I tested ultra performance mode, but unfortunately that mode is simply not good enough for 4K, and I really don't know for what it is actually useful. Maybe if you're using 8K, but then again, what's the point? So again, I skipped ultra performance mode for DLSS because it's just not useful. And I tested FSR. However, when I checked quality, only ultra quality was good enough, at least for me. I tried to be very critical. I decided that ultra quality is the only mode for proper 4K gaming. If you need to lower those FSR settings down, then I don't think you need to start from FSR then. Maybe dial down some other graphical settings like shadows and etc. and then go to FSR ultra quality mode. Speaking about quality, ultra performance mode of FSR is pretty much on par with performance mode in DLSS, and that's pretty crazy considering that in performance mode of DLSS I had significantly higher FPS and about equal FPS. So yeah, and at least in this game at 4K resolution, DLSS is so much better. I was also quite surprised by balanced mode DLSS. With that mode, the quality difference is minimal and the FPS is pretty decent as well. So that's pretty good. And I chose quality mode just because I can, basically. If you have additional performance headroom, I really don't see the reason why should I use anything below quality mode. So I decided to stick with this mode for this video. And there's really no reason to use native mode, at least with 3090. You get basically 25% performance boost just by using quality DLSS mode, which is pretty good. And the quality difference between native and quality DLSS is really minimal. Like if I try to nitpick everything, native mode is a little bit sharper, but it's pretty much negligible. And especially when you're just playing normally, so there's really no reason to stick with native with 3090 GPU. Now speaking about the game itself, I actually enjoyed it, but the beginning was actually pretty slow for me and it was hard to get into it. First 6 hours was actually pretty difficult for me to go through this game. But when I got into the mountain area, then the game started to pick up and slowly I actually started to like it. And I think it's a pretty good game, but I don't think it's actually one of the best in this decade or something like that. I actually played all of the previous God of War games and I also rated them. I can put annotation for the link for that video. Overall, after playing all God of War games, I would say it's as good as God of War 2, but I think God of War 3 is actually better. Personally, I enjoyed God of War 3 a little bit more. I preferred in that game gameplay, it's a little bit better, at least in my opinion. However, in this game I actually liked that the game is a little bit serious and I preferred the pacing of it, at least somewhat. At the beginning, as I said, it was actually quite slow, but later it picked up. Also, absolute first impressions when I started to play this game is graphics. Like, they are really good. Considering that this game is from 2018, of course there are graphical settings which are a little bit improved compared to console settings, but it's still pretty much 3 years old game now, so the graphics looks very good. However, I didn't like areas of this game. They feel so enclosed. Like, before playing it, I thought that it's going to be somewhat similar to new Lara Croft games and their map size. But unfortunately, this is even smaller. And I didn't really like it. Also, there are quite a few invisible walls, so I think it's one of the weaker points in this game. And I think that's all what I wanted to tell about this game and show about it. At least I hope it was interesting to listen. As I said, I'm trying to improve my English skills and I hope it will get better in the future. But yeah, you can always discuss with me in the comment section below what you liked about this game. Have you actually played it yet? And maybe what you didn't like it. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.
Everything okay back there?